Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're bringing you part 4 of our romantic series called I'm Sorry I Love You.
Yeah, and today we've got some drama, don't we?
We got a lot of drama and we got a lot of useful language.
Yeah, we're going to learn some phrases we can use to describe a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also going to learn how we can comfort someone. We can make them feel better.
Okay. Exactly. So in our dialogue today, Veronica and her boyfriend are on a break.
Right.
So what does it mean to be on a break?
Well, it means you stop having a romantic relationship for a short time.
So you can say we are on a break.
So we're not dating.
We're not dating.
But we don't date.
All right. Or we could say let's take a break.
Right. So we've got the state, on a break, and the action, take a break.
Take a break. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a break. Okay, so let's listen to our dialogue, and it's going to be a little bit fast, and the girl, I think she's crying, so it'll be a little bit difficult to understand.
But Marco and I will come back in a minute, and we'll talk about some of the difficult language here.
So I said, let's take a break. And since that night, I've been waiting for him to call, but I still haven't heard from him. You don't think he's seeing someone else, do you?
Come on, don't be so dramatic. I'm sure everything is going to work out just fine.
You think so? Oh no, how could he do this to me? I'm sure he's cheating on me. Why else wouldn't he call?
But you two are on a break. Theoretically, he can do whatever he likes.
He's the love of my life. I really messed this up.
Come on, hun. Pull yourself together. It's going to be all right.
But I still love him, and it's all my fault. I can't believe how immature and selfish I was being. I mean, he is a firefighter. It's not like he can just leave someone in a burning building and meet me for dinner. I've totally messed this up.
You know what, Veronica? I think you should make the first step. I'm sure he'll forgive you.
No, this is not gonna happen. I've ruined everything.
Hey, do you hear something? Guess what? It's your lovely firefighter.
Don't you know I sit around with my head hanging down, and I wonder who.
Wow, that's a romantic boyfriend singing in the street.
Yeah, that's amazing. Have you ever done that for a girl?
No.
Well, have you ever sung to a girl at KTV?
I've sung to a girl in KTV.
And karaoke.
Karaoke, yeah. So, but not so much as on the street with all the neighbors coming out to see me.
Wow. Okay, well, I don't blame you.
All right, let's take a look at the language that we saw in our dialogue on Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, so let's take a look at our first word. Seeing someone.
Seeing someone.
Seeing someone.
Seeing someone.
So if I'm seeing someone,
you're dating them.
I'm dating them.
Yeah.
I'm frequently going out with that person.
Right.
So, but it's not very serious.
No, it is serious.
But not really. It's more of a casual thing. It's not very exclusive.
So if you are seeing someone, then you can also see another person.
Maybe.
Well, I think sometimes seeing someone can mean actually they're your boyfriend or girlfriend. Like, I'm seeing John. He's my boyfriend.
Okay. Yeah, see, this is the difficult thing about seeing someone is that for some people it means it's really serious, while for other people it means it's more casual.
I guess it's important that you and your boyfriend or girlfriend share the same view on the meaning of this word.
Have to agree on what seeing someone means.
Okay, well, what's our next word, Marco?
Cheating on.
Cheating on someone.
Cheating on me.
Cheating on someone.
Okay, so if you're cheating on someone,
then you are like kissing or even having sex with someone who's not your boyfriend or your husband or your girlfriend or your wife.
Exactly. So if I say she cheated on me, that means that my girlfriend kissed or had sex with another guy.
Right.
But if I say she cheated me,
Yeah, that's different.
that's different, right?
It's different. Maybe she sold you something for a really high price.
She cheated me.
Yeah.
Or maybe she sold me something that was fake.
Or broken or
Or
something.
broken.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so-
cheated on is really different from cheated.
Okay. Let's take a look at our next word. Messed this up.
Messed this up.
Messed this up.
Messed this up. So, Marco, this is a phrasal verb, and that means we can sort of switch it around a little bit, right?
Exactly. Why don't we listen to some examples and then we can come back and talk some more.
Example 1.
I messed up on the exam and now I won't pass my class.
Example 2.
When I'm cooking, I always mess up and burn the rice.
Okay, so messed up. It's pretty clear, I think.
Yep.
All right, let's take a look at our next word. Immature.
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 So when someone is immature,
They're acting really young.
really young,
Yeah.
right? But it's not a very good thing to be immature.
No, it has a negative meaning
Right. It's normal for children to be immature,
because they're children.
right? But not an adult.
Yes.
Okay.
So we've got some examples that will help you to understand this word a little bit better.
Example 1.
Your toilet jokes are not funny. Stop being so immature.
Example 2.
Jeannie acts like she's 16. She's so immature.
Example 3.
God, you and your friends always act so immature.
All right, so immature. Now let's take a look at our next word. Selfish.
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 Selfish
So a selfish person.
is a person who only thinks about themselves.
Okay, so I only think about me. No one else.
Yeah, you don't care about other people's feelings.
Okay. So it's not a good thing to be immature or selfish.
Exactly.
Okay, so I think it's time for us to listen to our dialogue again. We're going to slow it down a little bit.
And this will help you to understand these phrases a little bit more clearly.
So I said, let's take a break. And since that night, I've been waiting for him to call, but I still haven't heard from him. You don't think he's seeing someone else, do you?
Come on. Don't be so dramatic. I'm sure everything is going to work out just fine.
You think so? Oh no. How can he do this to me? I'm sure he's cheating on me. Why else wouldn't he call?
But you two are on a break. Theoretically, he can do whatever he likes.
He's the love of my life. I've really messed this up.
Come on, hun. Pull yourself together. It's going to be all right.
But I still love him. And it's all my fault. I can't believe how immature and selfish I was being. I mean, he is a firefighter. It's not like he can just leave someone in a burning building and meet me for dinner. I've totally messed this up.
You know what, Veronica? I think you should make the first step. I'm sure he'll forgive you.
No, this is not gonna happen. I've ruined everything.
Hey, do you hear something? Guess what? It's your lovely firefighter.
Okay, so we saw Veronica's friend trying to calm her down.
Yeah,
right?
trying to comfort her.
Okay, to make her feel better. Let's take a look at some of the phrases she used in Fluency Builder.
Fluency builder.
Okay, so what was the first phrase that she said?
Everything is going to work out just fine.
Everything is going to work out just fine.
Everything is going to work out just fine.
What does that mean?
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay, right?
Yeah, the problem will be solved.
Okay. So if somebody's worried or somebody is crying, you can say, don't worry. Everything is going to work out just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, let's look at the next one. Pull yourself together.
Pull yourself together.
Pull yourself together.
Pull yourself together.
So what does that mean exactly? That sounds kind of weird.
I know. I guess it just means stop crying, relax, and, take a deep breath.
Okay. Just like calm down.
Yeah,
Get organized.
Yeah.
Your ideas and your thoughts.
Yeah. So you can think of maybe somebody who's got tears down their face and everything is sort of in a mess. If you pull it together, they clean up and they sort of relax, right?
Okay. Pull yourself together.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the last phrase that we saw, it's going to be all right.
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 So it's going to be all right means everything is going to be okay.
Yeah, it's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine.
The problem will go away. You'll feel better.
Maybe you could even say, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Yeah. These are 3 really helpful phrases that you can use when you want to say something nice to a friend or a colleague who has a problem.
Okay. Exactly. Very useful language. So let's listen to some more examples.
Example 1.
Don't worry, everything's going to work out just fine. I'm sure he still loves you.
Example 2.
Everything's gonna be alright. We'll find your puppy. Don't worry.
Okay, great examples, and I think it's clear now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's listen to our dialogue again, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
So I said, let's take a break. And since that night, I've been waiting for him to call, but I still haven't heard from him. You don't think he's seeing someone else, do you?
Come on, don't be so dramatic. I'm sure everything is going to work out just fine.
You think so? Oh no, how could he do this to me? I'm sure he's cheating on me. Why else wouldn't he call?
But you two are on a break. Theoretically, he can do whatever he likes.
He's the love of my life. I really messed this up.
Come on, hun. Pull yourself together. It's going to be all right.
But I still love him, and it's all my fault. I can't believe how immature and selfish I was being. I mean, he is a firefighter. It's not like he can just leave someone in a burning building and meet me for dinner. I've totally messed this up.
You know what, Veronica? I think you should make the first step. I'm sure he'll forgive you.
No, this is not gonna happen. I ruined everything.
Hey, do you hear something? Guess what? It's your lovely firefighter.
Don't you know I sit around with my head hanging down, and I wonder.
Okay, I really like this dialogue. It's so romantic.
Yeah.
It's drama, but at the same time romantic.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to know what you think will happen next.
Yeah. Will they get back together?
Will they get married?
Will they have a baby?
Maybe they'll break up forever.
Maybe she'll move halfway across the world.
Anything could happen, so let us know what you think will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Erica and Marco. As we all know, making mistakes is part of life. Whether you're speaking in English, making a mistake at work, or simply trying to get through a challenging situation, knowing how to describe and handle mistakes is essential. In this lesson, we'll go over some phrases, idioms, and strategies for both describing mistakes and comforting someone who's made one. These expressions are key in everyday English, whether you're dealing with personal situations or more formal contexts.
1. Describing mistakes.
The first thing we need to know is how to talk about mistakes. There are so many ways to express when something goes wrong. These can range from casual phrases to more formal expressions. Let's dive into a few examples.
A. Mess up.
Meaning to make a mistake, to fail at something. This phrase is very casual and often used in conversations among friends or colleagues. Example: I totally messed up my presentation today. Tip: it's used in both big and small situations. Whether it's a huge blunder or a tiny error, mess up can be used. Related phrases: I really messed that up, or I completely messed up.
B. Screw up.
Meaning to make a mistake similar to mess up, but sometimes with a more negative connotation, implying a bigger failure or blunder. Example: I really screwed up my job interview. Tip: be careful with the tone. Screw up is informal and sometimes seen as a little harsh, so it's better to use this with close friends or in casual contexts.
C. Drop the ball.
Meaning to fail at something, especially when it was your responsibility. This comes from sports, where you literally drop a ball, causing a mistake. Example: I dropped the ball on the project deadline. Tip: this phrase implies that you had an important task and didn't perform it well. It's a great way to express accountability.
D. Blow it.
Meaning to fail at something significant, often due to carelessness or lack of preparation. Example: I had a great opportunity, but I blew it by not preparing enough. Tip: use this to describe something that was a big chance or a significant event that went wrong.
E. Make a blunder.
Meaning to make a very foolish or embarrassing mistake, often one that's obvious to others. Example: she made a huge blunder by sending the email to the wrong person. Tip: a blunder is a serious mistake that might have more social consequences, so use this word when describing a larger, more impactful error.
2. Apologizing for mistakes.
Once you've made a mistake, you might want to apologize. Knowing how to express an apology can make a big difference in how the situation is perceived. Here are some phrases you can use. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to mess up. This is a simple, heartfelt way of apologizing for the mistake. I take full responsibility for my mistake. This shows maturity and ownership of the error. It was my fault, and I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. This is a more formal apology, where you promise to learn from the mistake. When apologizing, it's important to be sincere. People appreciate an apology that acknowledges the error and shows a willingness to fix it.
3. Comforting someone after a mistake.
Sometimes when someone else makes a mistake, it's important to offer comfort. We'll look at phrases that help you reassure the person, let them know that everything will be okay, and that mistakes happen to everyone.
A. Everything will be all right.
Meaning a reassuring statement meant to let the person know that things will improve. Example: don't worry about it, everything will be all right. Tip: this is a common phrase to use when someone is feeling down or overwhelmed by a mistake. It's a reminder that things will get better.
B. It's not the end of the world.
Meaning a phrase to help someone understand that their mistake is not as serious as it seems. Example: you failed the test, but it's not the end of the world. You can retake it next semester. Tip: use this phrase to help someone gain perspective on their mistake, especially when they are reacting with anxiety or stress.
C. We all make mistakes.
Meaning a phrase to normalize mistakes, making the person feel less alone. Example: we all make mistakes. Don't be too hard on yourself. Tip: this phrase is perfect for offering empathy and showing solidarity.
D. Learn from it and move on.
Meaning a way of encouraging someone to see the mistake as a learning opportunity and not dwell on it. Example, it happened, but learn from it and move on to the next opportunity. Tip, this encourages growth and forward thinking rather than regret.
4. Common idioms about mistakes.
Idioms are often used in informal conversations, and they can make your English sound more natural. Here are some idioms related to making mistakes.
A. To learn the hard way.
Meaning learning from experience, especially through mistakes or difficult situations. Example, he learned the hard way that ignoring deadlines is not a good idea. Tip, use this idiom when someone makes a mistake, and they'll remember it for future situations.
B. To bite the bullet.
Meaning to face a difficult or unpleasant situation. Example, after messing up the presentation, I had to bite the bullet and apologize to my boss. Tip, this idiom is often used when someone needs to confront a difficult reality or situation head-on.
C. To brush it off.
Meaning to ignore or dismiss something, especially if it's not important. Example, she brushed off the criticism and kept working on the project. Tip, this is great to use when someone is letting a small mistake roll off their shoulders.
5. Practice makes perfect.
Now that we've explored some useful phrases, it's time to put them into practice. Here are some tips. Try using the phrases in real conversations. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The more you use these expressions in your everyday speech, the more natural they will become. Reflect on past mistakes. Think about mistakes you've made in the past and use these phrases to describe them. This will help solidify your understanding. Practice with a partner. If you have a study buddy or a language partner, practice using these phrases together. Role-playing different scenarios can help you get comfortable with the expressions.
6. Quick recap. Key phrases for mistakes and comforting.
To wrap up, let's quickly go over the most important phrases we've learned today.
Describing mistakes.
Mess up, screw up, drop the ball, blow it, make a blunder.
Apologizing.
I'm sorry. I take full responsibility. It's my fault.
Comforting.
Everything will be all right. It's not the end of the world. We all make mistakes. Learn from it and move on. Thank you for joining me in this lesson on describing mistakes and comforting others in English. These expressions will help you handle mistakes and difficult situations with confidence. Remember, mistakes happen to everyone. It's how we learn from them that counts. So, keep practicing, and soon you'll be using these phrases like a pro. If you found these phrases helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more lessons like this. Also, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. See you next time!